Everybody, what's up? And welcome back to the channel. And we are coming to you from my actual living room in my house. And the reason why we're doing this is because I kind of wanted you guys to see my practice space that I have actually in my house. Because you guys are used to seeing me in my music studio, which is a whole separate building. It's not actually in my house. My music studio is a separate building that's outside on the property beside the house. But this is kind of my area where I do a lot of practicing and writing of music. And I thought you guys might like to see this because you're so used to seeing me in the studio with all the amps and all the stuff. But I do a lot of writing and a lot of playing right here in my living room. I don't have a TV. I don't watch TV. The only stuff I watch is off of my computer. I watch some stuff on YouTube, and I might watch a movie every now and then on Hulu or Netflix off of my computer, but don't actually have a TV in the living room, which is actually kind of nice because don't need it. The world's too crazy. But anyway, I thought you guys might like to see my setup here and what I do when I'm in the house and I'm sitting on my couch. This is my couch right here, and this is how I come up with a lot of riffs and stuff, actually sitting in here, and then I take it out to the studio and do something with it. But I kind of was going to go through what I have going on in my living room. This is my everyday spot when I don't feel like going out into the studio, but I still want to play. This is what I use, and this is the gear I have here that allows me to do it. These are the guitars I use and a couple amps that I have in here, and these are headphones that I can plug into any one of the amps so I don't drive my wife and my son crazy when I'm doing it. So for starters, I have notepads here where I'm always writing lyrics on and stuff when I come up with something, and these are all three of these are lyrics books and stuff for writing stuff down. And then I have a couple tab books here, working on some more Kiss stuff and learning more Kiss songs because I like Kiss, and just refreshing my memory on the Kiss stuff that I play and learn some new stuff. And I've been going through and refreshing myself on Master of Puppets. I used to play a bunch of these songs when I was younger, but I haven't played them in a while. So I'm kind of going back through that, and I've had these books for a long time and just kind of go through it. But I usually have some sort of tab laying around, something I'm working on, just cover-wise, just for fun. I always enjoy that, and I have several of those that I go back through, and I have pretty much all the older Metallica stuff and just a bunch of different stuff that I go through for when I'm learning songs, because I like to actually have it written down a lot, so I can go back through and really see the music. And so I enjoy tablature. It's kind of how I learned how to play a lot of things. I'm self-taught guitar player. I know what chords are now and stuff, but back then tab was where it was at for me. So I still use tab and I like it. And a lot of times if I want to learn something new that comes out, just go to Ultimate Guitar tab and you can usually find it and print it off. So anyway, back to my amps that I have sitting here. One of my main go-to amps, which is actually what's plugged in right now, is this little Vox 10, I think it is. Let me see. This is the Vox, this is the Mini 5 Rhythm. This little Vox amp right here. And this little thing is crazy awesome. I need to do a review on it. I haven't done a review on it. But this is such a super cool little amp because it actually has a built-in drum machine. And it has like 90 different, there's like three different things like on each thing with 6 different beats. So yeah, there's like 90 some drum patterns in here. It has like 8-beat, 16-beat, rock, metal, pop, R&B, jazz, Latin, dance, and OD meter and metro. I usually just use the 8 or 16 beat stuff. Sometimes I use the metal stuff, and you can speed it up or slow it down. It has a volume control for that as well. And this is just a great little practice amp because it has the drums in it, so you can jam to it. Of course, it's got your main things up here. It's got your amp, gain, tone, and volume up here, and you got different types of amps you can use. How many amps has it got on here? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different amps they can use. I think I'm currently using the metal. I usually use the UK 90s. I use the UK 90s metal or US high gain are the ones that I like, and the clean channel. And then it also has some effects. It's got delay, chorus, flanger, tremolo, and it's got a delay down here. So you got some effects in it and stuff. You got distortions in it. and it's just a great little all-around amp. Now, does it sound amazing? No, this is just a good little practice amp. I mean, can you get some good sounds out of it? Yeah. When I try to like do some like gigging or something with it, probably not. You know, I mean, it's just a great little practice amp. For me, with the headphones plugged in, have the drum thing, I get a good enough sound for writing and recording. I love this little thing because it just gives me some drums in a box that when I'm just trying to come up with a riff or come up with a song or something, this is just a great little practice amp. And I really do need to do a review on it because it does sound good. It doesn't sound bad at all. It's a great little amp, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's such a great tool to have that I use it just about every day. So it's pretty awesome, and I will use it in conjunction with these other amps because I can have drums playing out of this, and then I can use this. Now, what I got back here is this is the Blackstar V320, and this is a stereo amp, and these things are awesome. I have the V10 as well. Let's see if I can grab this thing from back here. So this is the V20, and this is like such an amazing sounding amp. I will tell you right now that this thing you could actually go gig with. This V20 is stupid loud, sounds amazing, got all kinds of amps and effects in it. If you want to see that whole thing, I have done a review on this one on my channel, so go back and check that out on the Blackstar stuff. And this thing is amazing. And I have the 10, I have the V10 in the Sugar Skull limited edition, and then I have the V20, and I love it. And I'm probably going to end up getting the ID Core 100 combo with the pedal just because I love these amps so much. Now, this one I do have a foot switch for, which is down there, so it allows me to go from clean to distortion, which is nice. The V20, the V10s you can't do that with, but the V20 actually comes with it. You can get a foot switch for it, and it actually allows you to change channels so you can do clean distortion. So it makes it more versatile for playing, and it's just an awesome amp, and I love it. And it's just a great amp for me for writing songs and practicing in here. And it has the headphone inputs out, and it has all the stuff that you can do with Blackstar, where you can go online and change all the stuff and do all that crazy stuff if you want to, but I don't do that. I think the sounds that it comes with are awesome, and so that's what I use. And I forget what these headphones are. These are M70s. Who makes these? I don't even know who makes these. Oh, these are AKGs. Right, yeah, AKG M70s. I bought like a pack of these. There's 4 of them I think I got years ago, and I use them for recording, and I use them for doing this stuff. So they're not super expensive. But they do the job. They really cut out the sound and stuff, and they're comfortable to wear, and they do the job. I mean, you can get better headphones, but for me, they work fine, you know. And then over here is my little Marshall mini stack. This is the MG15 HCFX mini stack. It has built-in effects in it. I don't really use the effects in it because it actually, you can get a foot switch for it and plug it in the back, but my foot switch input jack has never worked when I got it because I bought it used, and I tried to get it repaired and they couldn't get it fixed. So the effects work if you turn them on the front, but I can't use a foot switch for it. But what I do is I just run a pedal board through the front. That's usually what I do with it, what I've always done with it anyway. And it's a great sounding little amp for practice. If you want a great little mini Marshall stack that you can get that Marshall sound and just rock out with it and have a lot of fun. Those little mini Marshalls are awesome. They don't make them anymore, but it's such a great little amp. I love that thing. I've had it for many years, and I've had people try to get it from me in the past, and I just won't get rid of it. It's like nostalgia for me. It's cool to have a mini Marshall stack in the house to play, and I love it, and it sounds really good. Like you could take that and play small gigs if you're playing like coffee house stuff, and it's plenty loud to do that. Now, would I go play a gig with a full-on band with it? No, you can't do that. But if you're doing like a little coffee house jig and somebody's doing some soft drums or something and it's a choir setting, that thing is plenty loud to do that. I mean, it's loud. It's loud. Could you do, I mean, you could probably do a small gig, like 3-piece group, you know, with a drummer that's not like stupid loud, you know, or using a smaller jazz kit or something. You'd be fine. I mean, it's a really loud little amp. It's got they're 1 10-inch cabs that come with it, and it's pretty freaking loud. I mean, for what I do for practicing and having fun with it, it's a great practice amp. It's a lot of fun. And if you were doing like acoustic gigs or something and you wanted a cool little amp to go do acoustic shows, like just you and a microphone, yeah, easily all day long you could do that with that thing. And it's so light and so easy to carry and stuff. But I like it. It actually has a really good Marshall sound. And I know that, the MG series of Marshall amps, people either love them or hate them, because it's solid state. It's not a tube amp. So you have the die-hard Marshall tube people that just think anything solid state sucks, and then other people that actually have a little more open mind, actually like them. And for me, I like them. I like tubes and solid state, but I will tell you that I have no problems with solid state. I have a lot of solid state gear, and I love it. And it actually holds up a lot better than tubes. So it's been a great little amp. But the cool thing about the MG15 head is that I can take that and plug it into a bigger cab and actually use that as a backup peg for a gig, because it is a 15 watt head and it actually can get loud enough to do a gig. It's just that the little 210s don't put out as much as I'd like to. But if you need a little backup head for smaller gigs, you can actually get away with it and stuff, because I've tried it out just to see if it works. So it's a great little head, and it's very versatile. And for practice and writing music, it's so much fun, because if I want to just have that Marshall sound, I can just plug into it and have a blast with it. Now, moving on to my guitars that I have in here. The two guitars that I use in here, and these ones just stay in here in the house, is, of course, I have my Kramer Striker, which I got when they first came out. This guitar right here. And this is my homage to Kramers, because when I first started playing, I was a diehard Kramer guy. I owned 3 amazing Kramers, which I still wish I owned today, and I had sold off. But I'd always wanted to get a Kramer back. But as I got older and playing, I got away from the Floyd Roses and the tremolo bars and things like that. And I don't really care for them anymore. I just like a simpler setup. I'm a keep it simple, stupid guy. And I always wanted a Kramer, an old school Kramer, without the tremolo system on it. And when they came out with these, I just had to get one in the purple flame that this is. It's such an awesome guitar. It's so light, it plays so well, very budget friendly, and just an awesome guitar. And it just takes me back to the 80s and 90s when I play it, and back from when I first started playing. So I really just love this guitar, and I play it every day. I mean, that's why this guitar is in here, because I play this guitar pretty much every day. I pick this one up and play it, and just have a really good time with it. And they're such good guitars, and if you haven't tried one of these out, you really should, because for a budget-minded budget guitar that can shred, these Kramers are really, really nice. And so I really like that. And then the other guitar that I have over here is my ESP. Now, I've had this ESP. This is an ESP EC256. I got this when they first came out. You can't even find this flamed one anymore except used, because they're not doing these anymore for some reason. I don't know why. They're doing a bunch of other colors and stuff, but they're not doing the flamed ones. And I actually picked this one up. I was at Guitar Center in Alexandria, Virginia, and they had one of these, and they were doing a sale on it. And if I remember correctly, this was like $349 originally, but they were doing it for $100 off. And so I got this for $250, and it was brand new. And I was like, that's crazy. And I bought it, and I just fell in love with these guitars. And now you look at them, and they're $599, to get a hold of one of these. And these are so amazing guitars. Like ESP, this is ESP LTD version, but ESP makes great guitars, and I love ESPs. And I actually own 2 of these. I have another one of these ESP EC256s, and it's in black. And I picked it up used, and it has Seymour Duncans in it, and it sounds amazing. And that one's actually out in the studio, because that's the one I play out in the studio. But this is the one I keep in here, because I love that Les Paul body style. But these are very thin cut, they're very lightweight, they have a nice belly carve in them, and they're just super comfortable to play. Now, I've played Les Pauls my whole life, and I still have a few of them, but Les Pauls are heavy. And this will give you that Les Paul feel and that Les Paul sound without half the weight, and it just doesn't kill me. And I have neck, back, and shoulder injuries, so I prefer lighter guitars these days. But I still love that Les Paul body style, and so that's why I love these ESPs. And they have such a great neck. I mean, they have a shredder neck. It doesn't have that big fat baseball neck. These necks are thin, easy to play. If you have small hands, and I have smaller hands, and they're just awesome guitars. And I love this guitar. And I've owned this guitar for many, many, many years. and it just stays in tune, sounds amazing, plays amazing, and just is just a phenomenal guitar. And I would tell anybody, if you're looking for a Les Paul body style guitar that just sounds amazing, these ESPs are awesome, and I would definitely pick one up if you can. You can find them for pretty reasonably priced on the used market. Look for sales, like Sweetwater will have sales, and Musician's Friend will have sales and stuff where you can pick them up for $100 off, because they have gone up to $5.99 now, which is just crazy to me, because I remember when they first came out, they were in that $349 to $399 range, and so I mean you're talking, like a $200 jump in the price of these guitars. But I'm very blessed to own two of them, and I love them. I'm a big fan of ESP anyway. If you guys know and you've been following the channel, you know that I recently got the James Hetfield Signature ESP Curio Camo snakebite guitar, and I freaking love that thing. I love that thing. I mean, I play that in the studio all the time. So this is the other guitar that I have here. I keep two in the house. And these are the things that you guys don't see much of because they're always in here. So, and then of course, I've got a comfy chair over here if I want to sit over there, but most of the time I sit right here on the couch, and this is where I practice and play and do my things. And I write a lot of music right here in this room, sitting here with these 3 amps and these 2 guitars. And this is my in-house setup in my actual house that I play a lot. And if I don't feel like going out to the studio and turning everything on there, I just kick this stuff on, and it's where I write a lot of music and play a lot of music right here, and just get my inspiration on. I like having guitars near me, so I spend a lot of time in the evenings editing videos and doing stuff here on my computer, and I like having the guitars right here, because if I feel like jamming, I can just reach over and grab one. I can sit here on the couch and put the headphones on and play and not drive anybody crazy, and have a good time and write a lot of music. So that is my in-house setup that I have, that is sitting right beside my couch here every day, and how I play and how I write a lot of music. And I thought maybe you guys would like to see that. And I am going to go through and do a video on all my amps, and hopefully that will be coming soon as well, where I'm going to go through and show all the amps that I own, because I do have several. I have bass amps as well as guitar amps, and go through that. And then I need to do a new video on my guitar collection, because I've accumulated several guitars in the past year or so, and it's time to do an update on that. So anyway, I wanted to do this video real quick for you guys, so you guys can kind of see what I have actually in my house when I'm not out in the studio where you guys see me all the time, and see what I'm working with and playing with in here. And tell me what your thoughts are, and I'd love to hear what if you guys have a setup where you have 2 different places where you have a setup and play. I'm fortunate enough that I was able to build my studio this past year and actually have that separate building, and it's kind of nice because then it allows me to kind of differentiate that time versus this time, and I like being able to do that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Questions or comments, please leave them down below. I try to answer all of them, and I hope you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me, because that really helps the channel. And just get out there, keep rocking, keep writing music, keep playing, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you guys do and what you have sitting beside your bed or your living room or whatever as well. So we will see you guys on the next video.